Then officially go to the Knicks. We promised to end the title drought. Yeah. Always. You call Howard? Wait, so did you just put something on Twitter? Or like we promised to end the title drought.
No, I didn't, but this puts it up automatically when I go live.
Are we live?
We are live, and we're not live until 7:30.
We promised to end the okay.
Welcome to EaseDrop Podcast. My name is Jose.
My name is DK.
Tito, aka Blanquino Mas.
And we're starting our second episode. Minus Carlos, aka basically he's not here for those watching the podcast.
Who would originally be to my right.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody.
Oh man. But yeah, so yeah, just to get right to the point, get started. First topic.
Is anybody a Starbucks fan? I
I
mean,
freaking love Starbucks.
you do? I mean,
If you drink Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, freaking heaven and hell.
it is completely different. I mean, I take the what's it called, blue eye, red eye. I like taking drinks of red eye, to perk me up in the morning. But I heard something crazy. Like,
Yeah, there was this guy actually. He's a member of the Starbucks Gold loyalty, whatever. It's a Starbucks loyalty reward code. So I'm guessing. I guess like a year or two ago, some guy set a record for the most expensive Starbucks drink. It's just like $26.
what's $6?
But the thing is, the guy made it. He threw just random concoctions. He threw like 2 bananas. He threw pumpkin spice. He threw so much stuff that you wouldn't
would add up.
go. Yeah, like it wouldn't go together. You wouldn't
Yeah.
drink it. So this guy, he was motivated. So he actually got his points to about $60 or $70, whatever it is. So
It's
he
a lot of
went.
coffee
Yeah,
there.
that's a lot of coffee. So his goal was to make an expensive drink that you can drink. Actually. So I guess he ended up making friends with the baristas. What they call?
Yeah, first.
Yeah, the baristas, and they hooked them up. They did it, and it came out to be $56.74 or 75, something like that. And the funny part about it, it includes 60 shots of espresso.
Oh, 60 shots. Wow.
60 freaking
I'm
shots.
wired after one shot.
I
I
need
can't imagine 60.
But yeah,
It's like sniffing cocaine. You're like, oh my god, I'm
Yo,
wired.
for 60 shots, what else espresso? You got?
espresso.
Just
Just espresso.
Just with just one shot, you get like freaking good. So I can imagine.
He had frappuccino. He had mocha. He had everything that sounds.
Did he
delicious.
mention like the few afterwards?
No,
He
well,
liked it?
I'm not. He doesn't mention it, but what they did mention, it might be a rumor, but there was a lady that was there when this the whole thing that actually bought a more expensive one for $57 and something changed, but she didn't have a cup big enough to put it in it, so they disqualified.
Oh, that's a
It could be a
shame.
rumor. It could be a rumor,
I
but
can imagine you just bring yourself a nice cup and you're gonna break that. Here's my credit card, fill it up. Sorry, man, you didn't
Well, actually-
qualify. You need a bigger jug or a gallon.
Yeah, which jokes we're talking about? Yeah, but the funny thing is, actually, he did tasted it, and he said it was delicious. He saved the rest of later. I thought he would share with some of his friends. Like,
Or just throw it out because he got his name. I mean, I couldn't drink that much 60 shots.
diabetes.
I mean, that's a lot, man. That is definitely diabetes. Diabetes. We say that on purpose. I know diabetes for those people.
Diabetes.
But diabetes.
Diabetes.
America.
America.
America, talk about America. What do you like to
So that's
see?
crazy. Like, what's your favorite like coffee to order at Starbucks?
I'm a coffee guy. I freaking love chocolate. I'm with them.
Cheater, bro.
With like
I'm a latte.
three shots of espresso.
Nah, I'm just a plain guy. I like latte. That's it.
Okay. I'm a chocolate mocha.
Chocolate
mocha?
Yeah. He's a cheater. You didn't even say that.
Caramel with some whipped cream though.
Nah, I don't like caramel.
Yeah,
I
some
love
whipped cream.
caramel with some
Caramel's-
whipped cream.
Caramel's
Oh,
too dry.
There's a milk chocolate. There's a milk version of it of mocha or something like that.
Mocha, yeah. No, but I'm talking about caramel. The caramel. The caramel.
Yeah, but like I put like the whipped cream and then like the caramel. So good. Comes out real good actually.
Oh, the caramel gives me like a headache. Like, it's too dry.
How?
I don't freaking know. Like, it reminds me of that butterscotch from back in the day, the little square thingies. Like, how you find that that's feeling? It was so nasty.
Well, everybody got their own taste. I mean, I like that butterscotch stuff. I enjoy it
Butterscotch. Reminds me of that movie, Kids.
It smells like butterscotch.
You don't know what we're
Kids,
talking
yeah.
about, just watch Kids. Kids is a
yeah.
classic movie. They're like from the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
I think
classic
Rosario
movie.
Dawson was from that too.
Yeah. That movie, like, every kid should watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the first movie I showed my kids. When they hit their teens, woo!
For sure.
So,
So wait, you said you had a topic of the next president or something?
I mean, talking about America, I mean, I don't know if anybody's interested, but President Obama is about to be finished soon. His term is about to be finished.
What, like a
In 2016?
Yeah, 2 years or 2 years.
I mean,
Less
I
than
want-
2 years now.
I don't know if anybody out there does care, but who do you want to see the next president? Do you want to see a female? Latino.
A lot of people were thinking that. A lot of people were thinking that Hillary Clinton might be the next president.
She might be. She's actually making some noise. You know, she's making some.
I'm like lately I haven't been following politics, so I'm just like commenting on points here.
Well, in your opinion, who do you want to see? Do you want to see a female?
Somebody that actually leads. How about that? Like I don't know. Then again, like I don't know. I feel like presidents are like puppets almost.
They are puppets.
All they do is like kind of just sign off on certain things.
They do.
Either way, they have to vote. You know, like,
they still got a little power because
there are power. Yeah,
they have the power to not sign.
True.
So if a bill comes up and they don't like it, they don't sign it.
Okay, but who's telling them that they don't like it?
What do you mean?
Like the majority. How do you know him himself is saying I don't like this? What if it's his supporters? What if it's his the people that he had backing him up his campaign?
Oh, we're talking about Illuminati.
That's
another thing. No, hey. We're talking about straight America,
but
right?
it's true. It's correct. But it's true. But it's gonna happen. Like the president, of course, we all know is I don't want to say it. He's a representative. He's a representative. So what do you
people?
Yeah, the other people.
He's a representative of us,
but not of all the people.
You know the people.
Of certain
representative of America.
Yeah, but come on. As soon as he can make it like, or in general, like it really doesn't add up to his whole campaign job. That's why I hate when people like. I like watching elections. I like watching debates and all that stuff, but it makes no sense because at the end of the day, no result.
Well, he did keep some of his promises.
Some of them.
Like I said, he has put a lot of jobs. I have seen a lot of jobs out there. A lot of my friends.
He did the stimulus package.
He did. He helped a lot of Americans. I mean, the Army, they worked. Even though they had a scandal earlier, I don't know if anybody know about the VA hospital. Four veterans died because of lack of help. Wow. They kept being pushed back dates and said, "Oh no, we push you back."
For appointments or something?
For appointments, yeah. So they needed help, and we didn't get to see their help because their appointments kept being pushed back.
Whose fault is that though?
That's the VA. And that was the general. He was a general, and they kicked him out. And now we're trying to find out who's going to be the next president.
So you guys didn't answer the question. Like, who you guys want to see?
Yeah, he was a little hater right over here.
I mean, honestly, like I feel like whoever fits the bill. I mean, whoever does the job right. It doesn't matter to me who.
Personally, I would like to see a female. Because
it would be cool.
It would be cool, but at the same time, I feel like Bill Clinton. Who's really behind Bill Clinton?
Monica
Actually, on the table. But
yeah, that's the table.
But I'm saying his wife, Hillary, was
her
really.
too.
And how about Obama? Michelle's always there, always pushing. You know, a female would bring a little bit more hope and a little bit more.
Yo, I do agree. Because when he was sitting next to this girl, she controlled the crap out of it. She made the president's receipt like, come on, like how much?
Oh, I heard about that. I saw a picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what was the deal with that.
They were taking selfies with each other.
And then he was like, man, quiet.
It was at Nelson Mandela's funeral.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even have to, like, the picture said 1,000 words. And when you see that president sitting on one spot, and then the next slide, he's in another slot, you know, goddamn right.
It doesn't matter if you're the president of the United States. If a woman tells you you got to switch seats with me, you got it.
Speaking of women.
Talking about women.
Nah, we're not going to get that deep on them. But there was in the news. I think the news is old, too, but it's for some reason recently getting light shedded on it. But a husband drove from, I think, Canada. He was on a road trip with his wife and his mother. And his wife ended up dying on the way on the road trip. Yeah. So,
what?
That's the thing. Seeing how this is old, the details still aren't clear. So once we realized he wasn't breathing, they ended up calling 911. Okay.
She wasn't breathing.
But why? Did they explain why she wasn't breathing?
Wait, so he was driving.
He was driving. He was on a road trip.
Where to? Just
from Canada, I'm guessing, to Texas or something.
Okay, how old were they? Do you know?
The mother was 93, so you could.
The one that passed away was 93.
No, the mother was in the back seat. The mother's 93.
So it was like an old little group. Okay.
Yeah,
they probably.
So that's crazy. But he didn't. Alright, so he was driving.
He was driving.
So you don't know where.
He doesn't know. I don't know where. Trip. She ended up dying.
Okay, and he didn't notice.
He didn't notice. When he did, it was too late, obviously.
Obviously.
That's crazy.
So then, first thing he did, logical, he said, he Googled, what the hell am I going to do? He Googled.
Welcome to the 21st century. Well, you have to Google, what should I do with a dead body?
So he was driving, and then he noticed she died.
Yeah, he noticed she wasn't
So he
breathing.
pulls over, I'm guessing.
He pulls over. He Googles.
Like, Google. If somebody's dead, like, what?
Yes.
I mean, come on. Like, no, the first thing you do, you don't Google and try to do it yourself. You call 911 and then you Google, at least, you know, so you can have things in momentum, like things going. But damn, that sucks, bro.
So he Googled, and I guess he eventually gave up and called 911. And so he called this a sergeant. One of the sergeants was like, "Hey, bring us to the closest hospital." And within 48 hours. So he didn't want to do that because the thing was, in his mind, he didn't want to leave his wife that he's been married for a long time in a random hospital. Right. I think they had like a certain clique in Texas, so he tried to drive over there. I think he made it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think he made it, but
I mean, that's like on a side note, like a lot of people are doing that now. That when something happens, they automatically Google.
Yeah.
And then the thing is too, like I feel like when things like that will go hand in hand if it's like Google and Wikipedia.
I don't trust Wikipedia.
Well,
I be changing stuff on Wikipedia.
No, I know. I never even edited anything on Wikipedia for
but
they actually brought that up. They brought up a topic about who was it?
Yes,
I
that guy.
I forgot the incident, but something happened to somebody. Oh, sorry, my computer fell.
that's scary.
So something happened that somebody got sick or something, and the guy Googled it, aka Wikipedia, and he got somewhat of a false information, I think, a little bit because of Wikipedia. Oh no, they were saying that a lot of students, like becoming doctors, research using Wikipedia, and then they might get false information because it's not 100%. So now the medical industry started was thinking like, well, this isn't right for like a future like doctors, you know what I mean? Like, and that was like a situation they were talking about in the news. Brought that up. It just reminded me.
I remember it was a doctor who actually, went to Wikipedia trying to find
I forgot what it was, but he did something.
Find illness, and then he diagnosed this patient incorrectly, and that patient almost died because of his.
I think it was something like that.
Mistake. Yeah, that's what
crazy.
Happened. I mean, I don't trust Wiki. I mean, I used to do my projects. I would never go to Wiki. All that crap. I couldn't do it. Yeah. Because I'm the type of guy who would change it. I mean,
this guy.
If I don't do serious, I do maybe change it a little bit here.
I'm not gonna lie. I know it's messed up, but beforehand, we had this one kid he was such a troll, and for I don't know what reason, he ended up getting a colostomy bag put on. I guess I don't know what they're doing for a long time. So he would always rub it in our face after that. So I'm not saying I did it, but someone went on Wikipedia, and under the reason of colostomy bag, like what could cause that, he used to like eating hot Cheetos, like flavored hot Cheetos. And he said, "No, this never happened. This never happened." So real quickly before we sent it, we edited it on Wikipedia and we sent it to him.
Oh, that's so messed up, man.
He quit immediately.
But real quick, lying. I mean, we lie, right? But guys, we are, I want to say, always fault. If we're talking to our girlfriends, or we're talking to our mothers, especially women, we are telling the truth a lot of the time. But women do not want to believe it. So when we say the truth, in the back of our mind, we go, that kind of don't sound true. And you just change it, you just end up lying. But why do we do that? I just don't, I'm a victim.
It's human nature.
I remember one time I came home late, and my wife goes, "What are you doing?" I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was literally walking outside by myself.
You can't say that. You sound stupid.
I cannot say that. Because in my back of my mind, I'm like, walking by myself. I don't even believe that crap. I don't even believe that.
So you say you were what?
So I was like, well, I was with, and I started so much time. I was Carlos.
Even worse.
Yeah, I was with Carlos. We were drinking beer, blah, blah, blah. And then she looked at me, she goes, but you don't smell that liquor. I'm like, see, it was just, earlier I just tried to sober up because I had to drive home. And it just became a lot on top. And I could just say, hey, I was just walking around, gathering my thoughts. I was just gathering my thoughts. That's what I was doing. But I lied for no apparent reason. And it happens. We fall to the victim of that.
It does. There's been plenty of times where like, oh, what are you doing? I'm playing a video game. I'm like, I'm looking for jobs. What? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, why the hell did I say? And she knows I play. but for some reason I just
same thing. When I'm home, I'll be just home relaxing. My girlfriend is at work. She'll call me. I'm like watching maybe ESPN. Oh, what are you doing? I just randomly lie. Oh, I'm online searching some things for work or doing studying things of that nature. And my butt is sitting on the couch watching ESPN. I could have just told her straight up, but it was like an automatic lie.
Well, why though? Like, why not just like say it straight up?
And this is an impulse. This is something we have to do. Like, honestly, as male, that's how we are. We've been brought up like that. That's in our nature. Like, it's gonna happen either or.
Wait, you think so?
I think so because to us, in the back of our heads, it makes sense, even though to some it may not. And you may not think it. We think of it as little white lies.
A lot of women don't like that.
I'll
tell you this much. I have failed relationships because I will say the dumbest lie, which I didn't have to. And it's just retarded. I mean, I don't know why. It's just, hey, where were you? I was Joe's house. Oh, let me call him. Nah, he went to sleep. That makes no sense.
Like, I don't know. I think it's, human nature. I feel like people tend to lie to protect something. Not even just guys, I feel, but maybe we do it more. I don't know, but
we do it more.
I think
you know what I mean, like
to protect our personal space. Because there's times like I'm gonna say it straight up. There's times you don't want to be in a relationship, and it's always like that. It's gonna happen to you, and you have that one little personal space that you always want to hold on to make it feel like you're still in that single life. I'm not talking about other girls. I'm talking about just personal stuff. Freaking watching a movie by yourself, just like doing simple stuff like that. And even though it's maybe the most innocent thing in the world, you may think somebody else may not see it that way.
Well, I think. I feel like when you say it like that, it's like it kind of like makes it harder to like make it fit to anything else. You know what I mean? Like let's say like if I'm with a girl, whatever, and I know there's something that could hurt her, and you don't want to say it, so you lie. Like I can't think of a certain situation now, but I mean, I feel like people do it majority of the reasons to protect something or someone. I feel, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but there's times
it's like your mom says, like, let's say your mom doesn't like you fishing, and you love fishing, but there's one day you went fishing, and you come back, she's like, where you been? Oh, I was with my friend. We were just playing video games in his house. You just lied to protect your mom.
True.
Her emotions, because you care about how she feels in general.
Yeah, no, but of course that's gonna happen. But I know he's talking about the stupid reasons to lie, like for no reason whatsoever. Like you're looking at it, like, why the hell am I saying this completely dumb lie when I was outside, literally just staring at a freaking parked car? Those are those lies. It's like,
yeah, it's like you don't have no reason to lie. Just say it. But I feel like the woman, she just looks at you. She's just tell me something for real. Something I need to believe. Like that's what she's like. That's what she's saying. But you just look in her eyes, and she's like,
they want to hear what they want to hear. You want to tell them what they want to hear. Yeah, all of that. Freaking, I'm gonna lie one time because I didn't want this one girl to know that I used to watch soccer and I hate soccer. For some reason,
hate soccer.
I don't hate soccer. I don't like. Of course, the World Cup.
Soccer.
Yeah,
I like soccer.
I like sports. I love sports, and I watch the World Cup because it's freaking entertaining. It's amazing. Like I love the World Cup because of all the hype around and everything. I'm not a fan. I would never pick a team because I'm not a bandwagon.
USA.
I like the team.
Wait, USA soccer team?
Yeah,
they're in the World Cup right now.
Are they good like that? Like,
well, they got rid of Donovan. They got rid of Donovan.
But I don't watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch soccer, but I want to get into it. I met somebody that actually she watches soccer, and I'm probably gonna get into it. Have her teach me the ropes because I don't know. But I don't know. I think any sport like is interesting. Soccer is what do you relate soccer to like other sports?
Football, like American football.
Minus the whole tackling.
Well, of course, but there's the offsides and the passing, but soccer. And I used to watch a little bit of rugby back when I was in I used to watch rugby a lot, and it was very interesting because it was like football plus soccer because you have to pass it to each other and they get to tackle each other. The soccer isn't to me. It's like a gentleman's game. That's what I used to call it, gentleman's game. Yeah, it's very delicate. It's you don't really kill each other over. You just
it's I think it's based a lot on stamina, like all sports. Really.
No, but this is way more stamina.
Yeah, soccer is way more.
You're talking about football. You have to switch after the defense. Mm-hmm. After the offense score, the offense could sit. In soccer, man, you only get what two people to switch out, if that maybe. And you usually switch out your best player, and then you let the other people run around. Yeah. Like if your best player is doing great, you're already winning like 5 goals or whatever, 3 goals. You're gonna take out your best player, hey, rest. But soccer, man, you have to play a full.
The soccer is big like all around the world. Like it's just like crazy. That's what I kind of want to get into because I know I think people take it so personal in their own country because it's like worldwide. You know what I mean? Like as far as the teams goes, it's not like here in the States. It's just like States. My
girlfriend's family right now they're prepping to watch the World Cup.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine too. She's gonna prep tomorrow, I think, right?
Yeah, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it just to be a part of it and then see how that goes.
You have to. It starts I think 11:30 in the morning or 11 in the morning. I'm not sure what time it starts.
The whole world, everywhere you go, like any shop, pizzerias or whatever, you see everybody watching.
Everybody's gonna be watching.
Tune in. Maybe we'll go to a bar or something.
What? Yeah, we can do a podcast there.
I'm with it.
Yeah, podcast.
I'll bring my recorder.
You can do it there.
The whole studio.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, okay.
No plugs.
Oh, you sure? We could do that. We could do that. Wild Wings. We could do that.
Tomorrow, I'm with it.
Hey,
listen. Yeah, thank you, of you. You just guys are gonna think for tomorrow. I'm sticking to wings. I'm broke.
Oh man. So wait. So I heard something about you mentioned about Brazil or something because of the World Cup.
Well, the thing about Brazil, it's not like every other country. A lot of people don't know, but Brazil is not a very rich country. They have a lot of poverty around them. They have a lot. But I guess what happened was the World Cup, they can't handle it. Their cities cannot handle it. They literally have like 2 or 3 lanes, worse than the United States traffic. Or no, worse than China's traffic. They literally got stuck this past week in a 214-mile long traffic jam. Wow. The reason for that traffic jam was the subways were on strike because they did not want to pay, the city did not want to pay the subway workers, the trains and all that, more money because of Brazil, so they all went on strike. And if you go to YouTube, type in the subway Brazil, you'll see it's massively full. There's so much.
My question is, that's if all those people are trying to get on the train, you tell me all those people have cars?
Oh, there's a lot of, believe it or not, those countries out there, they have vehicles more than us. They have a lot of vehicles. They're hand-me-down vehicles, I like to call it.
Of course, yeah.
But they have vehicles, and they have a subway.
I didn't know that.
I kind of knew. So a lot of places have subways. A lot of countries have subways. They built them in the mid-90s. But these people were stuck in traffic jams. You have soccer players. You have famous people. They were stuck for hours.
See?
And speaking right now in this podcast, they're still stuck in the traffic jam.
You see, okay, that kind of links over to like any event, right? As far as like let's say when I go to the theaters, it's like so off track, or even if I go to the Yankee game, let's say or whatever. When the game's over, either people leave early or people leave late.
Yeah.
I'd rather leave late. Depending, sometimes I leave early. Like in the movies, I stay till the end.
Yeah,
have people leave or whatever, and literally, like you never know what you'll catch afterwards. Because now it's like kind of a thing that you do.
Marvel.
So when you start leaving, it's like you're free to like roam around. Like you have space to move. But sometimes after events, man, it's crazy, and then fights break out or rivalries because like other teammates and things like that.
I have been to a couple of games where I seen. I think it was in the playoffs 2 years ago. It's a Knicks playoff game. He obviously won. You see the he fan gloat. Oh yeah, we won, and then some guy just put a bottle on him. And the police had to literally escort him out because he was afraid to jump the Heat fan. And it also happened a couple years ago. Jets and Patriots.
Yeah.
Literally, there was a fight. A Jet fan and a Patriot fan. Both of them got arrested, and a woman involved as well. Yeah. They all got arrested and fined. I mean, these events. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of robbery right now in Brazil. I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
That's always robbery in Brazil, especially if
But right now it's very crazy.
I've never been, but I don't know.
No,
just in case if this podcast ends up in Brazil, be safe.
Bom dia, everybody.
be safe out there because it's
Follow me there?
very dangerous out
There,
there.
that's not even good.
Another Portuguese?
Oh,
I don't know. I was finding something there. Follow me there?
Sounds like a bubble.
No, I think it's Albanian. Anyways,
That sounds like, I think it's Albanian.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not
That's why I was like, wait a minute.
But when we had the Super Bowl here in New York, it was, I want to say it was kind of smooth. I mean, it wasn't literally New York, it was in New Jersey. But
because the Giants were here.
but it was pretty smooth. I mean, the transportation here was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay.
Well, taking the fact that, of course, you need to take you go to Penn Station to catch the bus to freaking
Train mostly too.
Yeah, it's a MetLife. But of course, we're not gonna have any traffic. Not for football. Maybe a World Series.
I don't even think for that. I mean, the Bronx would be packed.
Yeah, but like, what, like, also, like, I just thought about it because, like, after, like, you have riots or events like that crazy things happen, like, how can you even deal with, like, all those people? Like, riots, like, it's just crazy and scary, bro. Like, how would cops go about it? I feel like some of them go, like, they exaggerate with, like, going all violent and shit, but it's like how the cops are scared for their lives too. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know who's gonna do what.
I'm afraid if Brazil loses, at least if they lose. I mean, there's no, you know, there's a slight chance they might lose, but if they lose, there's gonna be riots. It's gonna be, and if they lose early, I don't think they lose early because they have a squad. But if they lose early, I mean, I don't think the World Cup's gonna be holding anymore. It's going to be very dangerous.
I mean, the traffic jam is slow.
Traffic jam is 214 miles long. Unthinkable. China had a traffic jam similar to that. Lasted 10 days.
10 days? There was a traffic jam that lasted a month.
What?
I never heard of that.
Where?
That lasted a month.
How do you traffic jam lasted a month?
Traffic jam lasted a month.
What's the point?
He said, what's the point of that? There's people that just left their cars.
Okay, and that's the problem right there.
Well, yeah, that is the problem. Because in China, people stood in their cars.
It was in Chile.
Chile, really?
Yeah, China. It was in China. 110 traffic jam.
Oh, so it wasn't China. So China still holds the record.
China still holds the record.
Well, China holds the record for the long. You thought New York had bad traffic or California, but hey, it was worse out there.
It's pretty good.
I don't know, I've never been crazy traffic jam like that. I mean, even like
I lied. Sorry. It's 12 days.
12 days. I know it was somewhere about a month. That's kind of impossible.
But let's take over the cars that got the way. That has to be that. It can't just be like something.
Yeah, but that's 12 days.
12 days. 64. What was it wrong? Like 64, 61 miles road?
Sounds like a mega traffic jam.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But like, that's like abandoning your car. Like, you're not going to be there 12 days, but you're like, oh, I'll be back. Let me go home, take a shit, use the bathroom, whatever.
Yeah, of course. So.
And then come back.
Yeah. Wash up balls. Oh, yeah, my boss is not going to find me because I didn't give
Nah, it must have been something. Like, what was the cause of that?
I clicked on clothes and I closed it.
If anybody knows, just let us know in the comments below. Just let us know.
But okay, so on a side note from like all that reminds me of the whole survival thing. No, think about it. Like when you're trying to like leave the country or something, like the worst way you can leave a country or leave any place is by driving.
Of course.
Because you're gonna get stranded. There's gonna be other people going like leaving at the same time or having accidents, and then they can't move those accidents, and the cops aren't taking care of those accidents, taking care of the actual main problem.
So
you're asked out, either a motorcycle or on feet, on walking.
So you can recover on foot. You won't be able to recover 50 miles in a day.
That's tough, man. But I don't know. Like, it just depends what's going on.
It's like that guy. There's a guy that's actually. Well, they did it before. A guy that traveled from California to America walking. There's another guy that's doing it. I guess for cars. I don't know what it was, but he's doing it with his goat this time.
Goat?
What his pet goat.
Bro, what? Like, that's like a farm, bro.
Yeah, he just started recently. He started walking on the caddy over here.
What? I don't know.
That's a long walk. That's why I agree with you on the motorcycle part. Be able to survive it.
But somebody just knock you down.
If there's no choice, you're gonna.
How? I mean, I can't live with a goat. That's kind of like, kind of dirty. Speaking of dirty, does anybody out there really clean their belly button?
What the hell?
I'm sorry, that was a random thought.
Why?
Well, I mean, I was reading somewhere.
Well, if you have an innie though, right?
I have an innie.
I have an innie.
Innie and outie. Everybody knows I'm guessing what's innie and outie. Innie is when your belly button's tucked in, and outie is tucked out a little bit.
Well, I say innie because I have an innie, and I was reading this article It was like a lot of people don't know how to wash the belly button or avoid it completely.
I have avoided it completely sometimes.
Oh, man, disgusting.
No, but then I have body wash now, so I just throw it in there.
No. You gotta do is take a Q-tip,
obviously.
I like to put a little alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Put it in your belly button, start cleaning it up.
That's it?
That's it.
You use like hard hydrogen peroxide, alcohol?
If you want, I use alcohol, rubbing alcohol.
I don't think a lot of people do that.
I don't think a lot of people. I don't think people just stick their finger in there because it's so.
I think a lot of people. No, I think most people don't even think about it.
No, that's the problem.
I forget.
A lot of people don't think about it. And as a guy point of view, just think about a woman going down. I mean, they have to pass the belly button.
Oh my god!
And they smell it.
Nobody's gonna sniff your belly button.
I mean, she's going down.
The
odor.
I'm over here, like you putting me in a place that I'm imagining. like I'm imagining her going down, and like she's like, what the hell is that? She's not gonna think of it.
I mean, if you take
and I doubt, if your belly button stinks like that, there's a problem.
There's a problem.
You haven't washed it in so how many years?
I don't know about that. You must have an any. And you got like things living in there.
I pulled out a leg one time.
Oh.
I had to pull out a leg. Of course.
I mean, they're guys, that's what I'm saying. They make jokes about people pulling out lids and things of that nature, but come on, man.
No,
Come on.
I have pulled out one or two things that just belong in there, honestly. But, yeah. But, I mean, I do clean it. I don't say I clean it religiously.
I mean, when I was younger, I feel like...
Yeah, when I was young, when I was like in 4th, 3rd grade.
I used to actually use a Q-tip and peroxide.
Yeah, I use Q-tip and rubbing alcohol.
That is actually no Q-tips for the ears. Just take peroxide. If you have eardrops, you can do that. If not, take your pinky. Just drop 3 or 4 drops in your ears. And that's how you clean out your ears properly. Do not use Q-tips.
Peroxide?
Q-tips. Yeah, don't... You could clean up... You use the Q-tips for the outer part. But for the inside, avoid at all costs using Q-tips because it really irritates the...
A little fun fact. Our ears are supposed to clean itself out. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah, it drops.
Yeah, and like, depending where you are, I guess the altitude and things like that, in the atmosphere, everybody's earwax is different. like us Westerners, like we have our earwax is more like thicker.
Yeah,
and then people in the Asian countries, like on the other side, like it's more fluid. More, not too fluid, like more like
it's more
like light cream, softer.
So imagine
because
you haven't cleaned your ears, and Asian guy hasn't cleaned your ears, and all of a sudden it's
I want to drip out. I want to drip out. I mean, more like lighter. Ours is like drier. That's what they think. I meant drier. There's moist. Yours is moist. Ours is dry.
I know.
Not that it's like liquidy, but
imagine something liquid and not like sir.
Because I know it's that because in Asian culture or whatever they have. I forgot what they call it. Something weird.
Yeah.
And it's literally like a little stick with a little cup spoon in the end of it. And when you're a kid, I think they do when they're older, but they would clean out your ear. They would scoop things out, and that's it. Throw it out. We used to do that. I think they still do.
Yeah, I've seen it in Canada. I've looked at it. That looks scary. What if I slip and use it?
Yeah, and then like for us, it's different. Like for us, we have to moisturize it, get it all soft, and then do that. Ours is dry. And it has to do with altitude, I think, in the atmosphere and stuff like that.
That's crazy. That's very interesting.
We learn something new every day.
Just for you guys with some fun fact.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to our podcast. Next week's episode, we're going to review E3. That's a big thing going on right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, E3 actually, it's like second day, right?
It's third day. Tomorrow's the 4th.
And then it ends tomorrow. It goes tomorrow, and then tomorrow, next week we're going to review it.
Yeah, we're gonna, if you like it, give us a like and subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and
follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget. We'll see you next time. Thanks for EaseDrop.
Oh my God, E3, I can't wait!
Adios, everybody. Thanks for EaseDropping.
Thanks for EaseDropping.